This is going to go over how to create a tilt shift effect, and I sent some links that you can go browse what tilt shifting is. I'm going to drag in the video to my timeline, and I'll keep my existing. This video is already sped up. We saw in the previous section how to speed up video, which would have been, if it wasn't going fast like this, we could right click on the video and then go under speed and duration. I'm just going to select the video and go under color. I'm just going to make it a little more vibrant. Maybe I'll put a quick look onto it. That helps. And then increase the saturation and vibrance of this. And I'll play this full. So this is what we got so far. All we have to do next is apply the camera blur effect and mask out that effect. So to do that, I'm going to create a new adjustment layer, or maybe I could just do this by ganging it up. There's two different ways of doing this. One is probably this one's simplest, where I'm going to blur the top video, but I'm going to use a mask on top of this video, so just blur out the layers, revealing the bottom. And to show that, I'm going to go under Effects and choose Camera Blur and dump that on the top clip. Right? So we got our camera blur, but the type of blur I need is to show through to the center. Now, this effect alone, as you can see, might be worth trying on some of your video effects. We can animate the percentage of the blur, so you could have something that blurs out or blurs back into focus. Right? So it's a cool effect. Next, I need to create a gradient layer to use as my Luma mask for the top layer. And all that means is going under Graphics, going under Edit, creating a new solid rectangle. And covered in a previous video, if you don't see the blue outline, just resize your window in Premiere and you'll see the blue outline. I'm going to just drag this window as big as possible. It's okay if it's a little bigger. I'm going to zoom out to 25%, make sure that I'm getting edge to edge. What's great about the graphics area is for fill, I could choose a linear gradient. And with a tilt shift effect, I'm willing to bet that I would want my edges to be 100% there, and then knocking out the center, going back to 100%. And if I'm wrong, I always get inverted. So I'm just going to click right here to create a new color stop and choose black for that. Click right here and picked up the black. This is the skewing of the color in between the 2 points, but this is easier to see like this. So much like other Adobe color stops. I'll click OK. And here it is out on screen. I'm going to click here to rotate. So I'm clicking and dragging to rotate the position of my gradient. I'll click to drag it down here. So this will be what will be 100% knocking through to the bottom layer. I'm just going to drag this down a little bit so it's a little more blurry on top. We always could go back and edit the color stops also. That's another way of doing this. So next step is to use an effect to blend this layer with this layer, leaving only blurriness on the edges. So I'm going to go back to the blurry layer. So I'm selecting this layer that was blurry right here, even though I'm seeing this one up here. I'll go under my effects and I'll type in track to pull up track matte key, and I'll drag that to my middle layer again, the blurry layer. Under effects controls, I'll scrub down to it. And what type of matte we're using a Luma. And which layer to get the Luma matte from. That should be video layer number 3. And there we go. So now we got blurriness around the edges, which you don't have to use for a tilt shift effect. You could just be using it for the heck of it to make your art look more interesting. I'm going to zoom into this. Do 500%, tilde, play it again. So now I can have a better look at it. So a little more vibrant and also slowing down the interpretation of this, which would happen under the sequence settings. So if I go back under sequence settings, right now I'm doing just 29.9 frames per second. So instead of edit mode, which has a preset of HDV 1080p, I'm going to have to use custom. So I could drop it down now to 12 frames per second. And I'll click OK. I'm just going to change it in the viewport. Great. And so all this will do is add a little more choppiness to the video. And let me play that full here, and I'll render it towards the end as well. So even if it wasn't for a tilt shift effect, now you understand how to put a camera lens blur. Not only how to put a camera lens blur, how to put it into a particular area by using track matte key, and also how to adjust the frame rate, which you might want to do for a special effect.